dancers. I'm here to bring you just a quick little feel-good, stretchy kind of mobilization workout, and throwing in some Pilates there just to kind of get you out of your funk. I know it's hard being cooped up at home. Hopefully you're able to go out for a nice little walk or something, but you can throw this into the start, the middle, or the end of your day, or all three, because hopefully this will feel good. There's a little bit of an ab workout in there as well. Just make sure that if there's anything that doesn't feel good in your body, if you have any injuries, you can always opt out of an exercise. If it doesn't feel good, just do it a little bit smaller, or just skip it altogether. If you need a pillow for your head or anything, or for your hips for any of the seated exercises, feel free to incorporate that into there as well. Okay, once you're on the floor, just make sure again you have plenty of space around you. And again, if you need a pillow, take a small throw cushion or pillow from your bed. If you need to sit on it, if your lower back or hips are tight for any of the seated exercises, just make sure that you're not going to fall off of it. Or once you're lying down, if you have tension in your neck, you can always place the pillow under your head. Just make sure it's never under there when our hips are going to lift up higher than your head. You can take it out for those exercises there. Let's get started. So I'm just going to have you start with your feet right in line with your hip joints, and knees are a little bit soft, never locking your knees. Place your hands just at the side of your ribs here, nice and wide. And I'm just going to have you take a big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, just feel how the rib cage narrows there. Really expand the ribs as you inhale. Nice and deep, and then exhale. As you inhale, try not to breathe up into your neck and shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. You can just let your arms fall to your side. Bringing one arm up, take a breath in, and then exhale, keeping your hips stacked over your feet. Just get a nice little stretch here. And then up, inhale, and exhale down. Other arm up, inhale, nice and tall. Think of elongating, the head is in line with the rest of your spine. And up, and down, just a couple more. Inhale, and exhale, reach, up, and down. Inhale, and exhale, reach, and up, and one more. Inhale, and exhale, reach. Feel free to close your eyes, don't fall down. Inhale, exhale, and last one, and exhale, reach. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a little pulse here. Inhale, exhale, reach, 3, just a little bounce, 2. On the last one, add a little bend of the knees. Think of that hip just opening up here, and up, and down. Inhale. And we go 3, just a little bit more, 2, and a little bend, knees, and up, and inhale. Exhale, 3, and 2, and 1, and up, and down. Inhale, exhale, 3, 2, and bend up. Bend last time, each side. Inhale, exhale, reach, 3, 2, 1, up. Bend last one. Inhale, nice and tall, reach for the ceiling, 3, 2, and 1, up and down. We're going to circle the arms, reaching forward, up toward the ears, making sure that as you reach up that you're not letting the ribs pop in the back arch. Just keeping a little small connection with the abdominals, and circle around. Inhale, and exhale. And then we'll reverse. Around, up, and down. Inhale, and exhale, always breathing. And exhale. Last one. Now we're going to add a little spinal movement here. So inhale, lifting through the chest, not just arching the back, but really thinking of lifting from the abdominal wall, opening the sternum up, keeping the neck in line with the rest of the spine so you're not breaking your neck there. Circle around, wide, wide energy in the arms. And then you're going to scoop the tummy, bend the knees, tuck the tail under, and reach forward. And lifting up, and exhale. And one more. And exhale, reach, reverse. You're going to circle wide and back, lifting the chest, and then scoop and up. And exhale, diving forward. And last one. And exhale. And just roll it up. And then from head down to your tail, you're gonna roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Making sure you don't just let the bum stick out. Thinking of keeping the tail tucked under, scoop the tummy, knees are still soft, all the way down. And then you're just going to have a seat on your floor, on your mat, on your towel, whatever you're using. And I'm just gonna have you pull behind your knees, lift your spine up really tall, feel like the crown of your head is pulling up toward the ceiling, shoulders out of your ears. And I want you to feel your pubic bone curling up towards your belly button and just curling back off of the sit bones. If you need to, you can always keep holding on to your knees. If you can, let go and reach your arms forward, shoulders out of the ears. Round your spine. It should look like the letter C here. And I'm just going to have you hold it here. Take a breath in and 3 exhales. And then just come back up nice and tall on top of your sit bones, not pushing it too far forward of the sit bones. And exhale, curl back. Find that nice scoop in the tummy and hold it there for. And inhale, lift up nice and tall. And again, exhale, curl back. Each time you exhale, the abs go deeper and deeper. Let's try that a couple more times. Inhale, nice and tall, and exhale, curl back. 3. And up. And last one, exhale, curl. Hold it for 3, and 2, and 1. And then you're gonna roll down gently, one vertebra at a time. Don't mash your lower back into the mat. Just lengthen out, pelvis is level, and then take your arms out by your side. Bring your feet in a little bit closer to your bum, and then you're just gonna gently sway the knees from side to side. Go ahead and let the hip lift up off of your mat. Just kind of loosening up through the back and the hips. Good. And then I'm going to stay to one side and just feel that stretch. And then swing, swing, swing and hold. And again, 3, 2, 1, hold, and just feel the stretch. You can kind of push a little further. Keep your opposite shoulder on the floor. And 3, 2, 1, hold, and just feel the stretch. And 3, 2, 1, hold and stretch. Maybe you can go a little bit further now. Last set, 3, 2, 1, stretch and hold. Good, come back to center and then cross one foot over the other leg. Good, and again, adjust this position as needed. If it feels tight in your hip or your knee, you can always take your bottom leg out a little bit further if that feels too tight. And then we're going to do the same little swing, 2. This time we're going to hold on that 3. Swing. And we're going to keep stretching on that same side so we don't have to switch the legs. Keep that opposite shoulder down. And last set. And then hold. Maybe you can get your foot and your knee all the way down. Use your abdominals, come back to center. And if you want, you can just grab that other thigh and just give a gentle stretch here. And release, change legs. Cross the other foot over. Again, arms out by your side. A little swing, swing, swing and hold. Opposite shoulder stays down. And swing it. And then hold. And last set. Stretch and hold. And maybe you can go a little bit further this time. Just enjoy that nice little stretch. Good. And then I'm going to have you grab behind that other thigh. Again, if it feels good, give a little extra stretch. And then gently place the foot down. And then uncross. Good. Pelvis is level in your neutral spine, sacrum is heavy. Little space under the lower back, natural curves of the spine are present. Good, toes pointed straight ahead. Knees and toes in line with my hip bones. Arms down by your side. Take a breath in. Hip rolls, we exhale. Imprint and scoop the tummy. Again, don't mash your lower back into the mat. Just zipping up, tilting, rolling the spine up. One vertebra at a time. Again, if you've got a pillow underneath your head, now is the time to take it out. Up here, I'm just looking for a straight line for my shoulders, hips, and knees. Inhale, find that extra length. Make sure your knees aren't falling out to the side. Exhale, scoop the tummy. Collarbone is wide, shoulders relaxed. And lengthen the hips back out to neutral. Inhale to stay. Exhale, imprint, scoop, and roll it up. Keep the abdominal wall pulling in. Knees reaching out over the toes. Take a breath in. And exhale as you curl back through. And come back out. We're going to do 2 more sets. Take a breath in. Exhale, imprint, roll it up. We're going to hold this time though. Keep your pelvis level and your knees and shoulders stay put. You're going to shift the pelvis to one side and then come back to center. Shift and center. Make sure you're not letting one cheek drop. I'm shifting as if you were playing Jenga. If you ever play Jenga, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders are 3 of the blocks in one row. You're trying to get out that middle block without disturbing the other 2 blocks around it. One last time each side. And I'm feeling my glutes working here. Come back to center, nice and aligned, and then curl down 1 vertebra at a time and come back out to neutral. We're going to do 1 last set. Take a breath in. Exhale. Imprint. Zip up the abdominals. Roll it up. Feel the knees reaching out over the toes. This time we're going to make a circle. So think of that Jenga again. Shift the hips to one side. Lower slightly. Shift all the way over to the other side. Hips up. Come back to center. So it's more like a rectangle. Shift. Opposite direction. And around. You can kind of smooth out the edges. Make that circle. Last set. Come back to center. Take a breath in. Find that extra length. Feel like you're creating more space in between each vertebra. And then curl it down. 1 vertebra at a time. Good. So from here, we're going to go into roll up. So I'm going to stretch my legs nice and long along the mat. Flex your feet here. And if you're unable to perform this exercise doing the full roll up, if you have trouble getting all the way up off the mat, you can always bend your knees and grab behind your thighs for a little help. You can even hook your feet under the couch or have a friend do it for you. Hold your feet. Arms reaching back. And again, be careful not to let the ribs just pop. Going to take a breath in, nod the chin toward the chest, exhale, scoop and peel the spine up off the mat. Maybe you heard my back pop there. And then think of a beach ball on your lap, scooping the tummy in, reaching up and over beyond the toes here. Take a breath in, and then exhale as you curl back through the spine 1 vertebra at a time, and come all the way back out to neutral. Take a breath in, nod the chin. Exhale, curling up, peeling the spine up off of the mat, hollowing out the tummy. As you're reaching, feel like your abdominals are moving in the opposite direction. And then curl it back. Feel your heels reaching away, away. If you're more advanced, you can always take the arms up a little bit higher and come back out to your neutral. Inhale. Up and over. Shoulders out of the ears. Use your glutes here. Use your hamstrings to help you control that roll down. Get that articulation of the spine. Up and over. Inhale. Exhale. Curling back. And let's do 2 more here. Inhale. And start that roll back. Think of the pelvis curling under. And last one, inhale. Exhale. Just for a little extra bonus stretch. Keep scooping the belly, little pulse. 3, abs deeper. 2, abs deeper. 1, inhale. And exhale, curl it back. And down. Feeling good yet? We're gonna go into our breaststroke prep. Again, another of my favorite exercises. It's kind of like a favorites playlist I'm giving you here. So you're gonna lie down on your stomach. Hands just a little bit wider than your shoulders. Elbows down by your hips. Legs together ideally. If you can't, if you have a little bit of tenderness in the lower back, separate your feet a little bit. If you're getting cramps in your toes and your feet, curl your toes under. Nose is just hovering. Feel your abdominals really zipped up. Take a breath in. Exhale, press into your forearms, lift your eyes. You're looking just a little bit forward of your mat. And then keep your bottom ribs on the mat. Think of lengthening the spine here. Make sure your shoulders aren't forward, but pulling back away from your ears. Take a breath in, and exhale as you release down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press into the forearms, lift up and away. Collarbone is wide. Take a breath in. Energy in the legs, and exhale, release down. Inhale to stay. Exhale, abs zipped up. Lift up and away. Abs tight, take a breath in. And exhale as you release down. Number 2, you're gonna bring your arms down by your side. Go ahead and let your shoulders relax for a second. Take a breath in. Exhale, abs zipped. Pull the shoulders wide open, reaching for your toes. The crown of your head is reaching in the opposite direction of your toes. Inhale, hold. And exhale, release down. Inhale, stay. Exhale, zipping up the abdominals. Reaching nice and long. Again, creating space in your vertebrae. Inhale, and exhale, release down. Last one, inhale. And exhale, reaching up and away. Inhale, hold. Abs are zipped up. Energy in the legs. And exhale, release down. Number 3, hands in front of the forehead. Take a breath in. Exhale, shoulders down. Abs tight as you lift your hands, still connected to your forehead. Collarbone wide, inhale, and exhale, release down. Inhale to hold. Exhale, abs tight, lifting up and away. Make sure those feet don't float away. Take a breath in, and exhale, release down. Last one, take a breath in. Exhale. Good. Sit back for a shell stretch. So, you're sitting back toward your heels, scoop the belly. Again, if this doesn't feel good in your feet or ankles, you can always curl your toes under or place that pillow underneath your hips if your knees can't bend to this degree. Take a nice breath in. And exhale as you roll your spine up to vertical. Head is the last thing to come up. And then we're gonna go into one leg circle. I said this is sort of like a greatest hits of my favorites, but I actually don't like one leg circle very much because I'm not that good at it, but it's good for you. Just mobilizing through the hip joint, working on stability through the trunk and the pelvis. We'll start with one leg up. Now, if you're really tight in the hips and the leg, you can always keep your knee bent in this tabletop position. If you're able to, you can straighten it up. You can keep the bottom leg straight or bend that as needed. But we're trying to keep both sides of the waistline equal, the pelvis staying level. And we're going to start slowly pulling the leg across the midline of the body. So you're crossing the leg over without letting the hip totally lift off. Just take your hand to the outside of that leg and just give a little extra stretch here, but keep that opposite hip kind of rooted down to the mat. Now, you're going to circle the leg around only as wide as you can keep the hip down and come back to center. A little bit more quickly, and I want you to find how the abdominals have to work to keep that steady. Inhale and exhale. Keeping that other leg planted down on the mat. 2 and 1, and then we reverse. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then changing the legs. Again, tabletop or straight, tabletop or straight. Even out the hips, make sure you're starting nice and square. And first one, cross the leg over And give a little pull, a little stretch. If you're keeping your knee bent, it'll look more like this. Keep that opposite hip down. Make sure you're not just doing this. And then circle around and up. And 4, 3, and reverse. 5, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1. I don't know if you can hear the clunking in my hip. Not painful, just kind of an annoyance. But if there's anything that is clicking or painful in those exercises, modify with the bent knee or just skip it altogether. From here, we're going to go into our spine twist. So for this exercise, I am going to use the pillow under my hips. And I'll face the camera for this one. So you can sit with your legs crossed in front of you, if that feels better for you, or you can have the legs stretched out in front of you. Whichever way, I want you to try not to shift through the pelvis or the legs, but really keeping the hips planted there. And I want you to try to find length and where the abdominals will work to twist your body and not just throwing the arms around. So arms out by your side, lift up nice and tall as if someone's pulling your ears toward the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, twist as far as you can to one side. Again, try not to collapse or shift the legs. 3, like we did earlier, 2, pulsing, 1, inhale, center. And exhale, twist, 3, taller, 2, and 1, inhale, center. And exhale, 3, 2, 1, inhale. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, inhale, center. And 3, 2, 1, inhale, center. One more time. Lift up taller, 3, abs deeper, 2, 1, inhale, center, and release your arms down. Good. We're gonna go into a little quick abs series. We're gonna do the single leg stretch, double leg stretch, and then we're gonna go into scissors. So if you don't need the pillow for your neck or head, you can toss that to the side. Lie down on your back and think of just a nice scoop and connection to the abdominals. Don't jam your lower back into the mat. Just get that nice scoop in the tummy. Float your legs up to tabletop. And then from here, nod the chin toward the chest. Exhale, curl forward. And let's go ahead and scoop the tummy so deep that your tailbone just curls up off the mat. Hug the knees in toward the chest, elbows wide. And then send one leg away. Pull that other knee in toward the chest. Scoop even more deeply. Inhale, exhale, switch, pull it in. And switch, 7. And 6. 5. And 4. Make sure you're breathing. 3. 2. 1. And then bring both knees in. You can give your head a little moment. Head side to side if you need to. And then double leg stretch again. Scoop the tummy so deep that your tailbone curls up. Bring the nose toward the thighs. And then you're going to reach your arms and legs away. Only as low as you can maintain the scoop. If you need to, legs are up here. If you're able to, legs are down here. Circle your arms wide. Hug the knees in. Curl up higher. And we'll do 7 more. And 6. 3 more. And 2, 1, and then release your head down. Good. And then scissors. So we'll get a nice little stretch for the hamstrings here. Nod the chin, curl up, stretch the legs up, scoop the tummy. Now bring one leg toward the face, other leg stretching away. Pulse that bottom leg long away. Switch. 1, 2, 1, 2. 6 more. 5. And 4. 3. 2. 1. And then both legs up. Pull it in and release down. Good. And then you can just grab behind your legs and come up to a seated position. Good. From here, just to kind of release any tension you might have had in the neck, just give yourself a little roll of the head, gentle, nice and stretched, and not just letting the head drop back. Good. And then we're going to lie back down on the back, and we're going to do just some shoulder bridge just to get the glutes working again. And then almost done, and you can get on with the rest of your day, whether that's binging on Netflix or teleconferencing or just relaxing. Knees in line with your hips, toes pointing straight ahead, pelvis is level. So instead of hip rolls where we articulate the spine, we're just going to press the pelvis straight up. Make sure your big toes are connected to the mat still. Take a breath in and exhale. We fold at the hips, tailbone drops straight down. So the shape of my spine is always the same. I'm going to bring my arms up. You can do this if you want a little balance challenge, but I'm just going to, so you can see what my back is doing. Exhale. Just lifting straight up. Take a breath in and exhale. Hips down. Take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale, hold, and exhale, hips down. 2 more. Inhale and exhale, hips up. And last one. Good. And then again, you can just kind of bring yourself up to a seated position, and we're going to come to all fours. So from here, hands are directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Again, if your feet tend to cramp, you can curl your toes under. Neutral spine, so I'm not letting my ribs fall to the mat. Abs are connected, elbows are not locked or hyperextended. That brings tension into the neck and shoulders and the wrists, and you're not working quite as much as you should be. So soften those elbows, angle them back toward your body. I'm going to draw a circle around these 4 points on the floor here. So I'm just kind of shifting from one side toward the front, to the other side, to the back. Trying to keep my back perfectly straight. Imagine you had a glass of water on your back and you don't want it to spill. After I've done about 3, I'm going to reverse the circle. Just keep the breath flowing. Keep your neck nice and long, don't let your head drop. And after you finish your circles, just kind of sit back so you can get your wrist to have a little bit of break. If you need to, you can just kind of roll those around. And then coming back to the all fours position, we're going to go into a cat stretch. So take a breath in nice and long. On your exhale, feel like your abdominals are curling your tailbone under 1 vertebra at a time. Your head is the last thing to drop. Feel like your bra strap, or right about where that would be, up toward the ceiling. Take a breath in. And exhale, release the tail to the head just to find that nice control. And at the end, find your neutral, and then a little bit of extension, open up the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, from your abdominals, you curl the tailbone under, keeping the head as the last thing that drops. Your weight is between your knees, between your hands. Take a breath in to stretch the back, and then exhale as you curl that tailbone away from the head. And the head is the last thing away. Open up the chest slightly, take a breath in. 2 more. Exhale, curl the tailbone under. Scooping the belly, pressing into the floor with your arms. Crown of the head drops, take a breath in. And exhale, release the tailbone. Lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and the crown of the head. Little lift here. Last one. And curl it under. Feel that nice stretch. The arms are working. Inhale. Exhale, releasing out 1 vertebra at a time. Find that length, and then you can add that little extension cambrai at the end. Curl your toes under, hips up, find your downward dog, and then you're going to bend one knee just to get a little stretch through the back of the leg and the calves. Bend the other knee. Switch, 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 and switch. Both heels down. Walk your hands in gently. Bring your weight over both feet. Knees are soft. Be careful they're not locked. Grab each elbow. Let the crown of your head drop nice and heavy. And slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time, keeping your knees soft. Using your abdominals to help stack your spine. Reaching the crown of the head nice and tall. And thanks for joining me.